One of my mentors once said, there's never an easy time to make a tough decision. And yet most of us prolong it way too long until sometimes that decision is just made for us. But we all know, like you said, the things that don't belong in our lives if we want to get to the next level. But we're not brave enough or bold enough to rip the damn Band-Aid off. You amputating your arm, that's a savage move, man. That's a savage move.
Yeah. And like you said with decisions, life changes in a moment of decision. And so I want everybody to really think about this. It's like, wow, my life, over 5 years, my life changed. It's like, no, maybe it took you 5 years to make one decision. Or how many of you listening right now took you way too long to leave that relationship? It took you way too long to put down the drugs and become sober. It took you way too long to get into the gym, but it changed in a moment of decision. And I think that's so important for people to realize is, especially as men and high value men, is you need to exercise the muscle of being decisive and understanding that every single decision you're gonna make, you're gonna gain something or you're gonna lose something. The only bad decision is not making a decision. And so keeping in that decisiveness mentality, you're gonna gain something, you're gonna lose something. But like right now, what is a decision that you need to make that you've been putting off too long? And just by me prompting that question, there's something that popped into your brain for those that are listening. That's the very thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about this elephant in the room, which is how the hell are you gonna wrestle? Of course, of course Nick can wrestle, but again, it's like, you're a bit of a Superman, so I'm thinking, of course. And of course he tours with Tony Robbins, we'll get to that too. But I mean, in Jersey, they don't play games in wrestling, and in wrestling mats in general, they don't play games. And here you do showing up. Now, it's one thing to come to a practice, haha, but like to get in there and mix it up, like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So, great question. The first thing that I did was I asked my whole entire team to not take it easy on me. Like, please don't take it easy on me. Like, I want to be treated normal. So beat me up. And I also told them, if you play 50%, I'm going to get destroyed in a live match. So like, you're actually doing me a disservice if you hold back on me. And asking you shall receive. Those boys gave it to me. And that is an analogy for itself for those that are listening, is if you're surrounded by yes men and yes women who never disagree with you, never call you out on your stuff, that isn't love. Love is not lies. Love is truth. Love is direct. And you really know who your tribe is when you can be direct and they'll still love you anyway. But how many times have you ever tried to communicate directly to someone and that like triggered them and threw you off and then the relationship was ruined? That person wasn't truly meant to be in your life. But the ones that are truly there, you have to agree to disagree and you have to be able to receive that tough love. And so for me, I asked for the tough love. But also my whole life, my brother would always test wrestling moves out of me and teach me different things. But yeah, it was just like anything, coming in and figuring out my own style, observing, analyzing, figuring out what was my way to take someone down? What is my way to stay off my back? And also focusing on my strengths. And so when I look at wrestling as this sport, most people would be like, oh, like your main focus was the win. My main focus wasn't a win. My main focus was to not get pinned to give up the full 6 points. I had teammates with all their arms and all their legs and they would get put on their back and give up the full 6 points. I knew that if I could just stay off my back, I was valuable.
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
And so instead of, maybe I wasn't the one that they sent out because they knew they were going to get full points, but if they needed someone to not give up the full 6, They were going to put the guy that cut his arm off, that would do whatever it took to stay off his damn back. And that was my strength. So for those that are listening is, like I said, cut off the weaknesses, but identify your strengths. And that's an analogy for business as well. I think some of the greatest CEOs and entrepreneurs and people that run organizations, their biggest motive is to get out of their own damn way. Meaning, I want to find people that are smarter than me and put them in place, and I'm just going to get out of the way. Maybe I could be the face and I could be the communicator and the clapping guy on stage, but I need people who are smarter than me if I really want to go far. And so that's what I did. I was just focus on my strengths, identify where I can provide the most value, and stay in my lane.
It's interesting because, people look at you and say, how can you be an offensive wrestler? But at the same time, it's like, I can't double leg takedown you. I can't do a lot of things, and I'm also disoriented. Yeah. Like normally this would move, and my subconscious has got this pattern memorized, and on you it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of assets, and so you look at it differently and say, this isn't a liability, this is an asset. And people can do that with their lives in a huge way.
Of course, right? Like we mentioned talking about focus is you don't get the life you have, you get the life you focus on. Don't miss that. It's like you can have a bunch of blessings right in front of you, but focus on the one thing that's wrong and you're gonna miss out on everything. And so yeah, for me, it's like, what are my advantages? How can I disrupt this guy? How can I find a way to really throw him off his track? But yeah, maybe this is a gift. And I think that in itself is such a powerful lesson, is the golden question that will change everybody's life that they can program into their brain is, what's the gift? What's the gift? There is a gift in everything in your life that happened in the past, in the present, and in the future. And if you could find the gift in everything, nothing can shake you. Nothing can throw you down. Nothing in the external world will dictate how you feel internally, but the core principle or the core message is that if things in the external world dictate how you feel internally, you're a slave to the game. And especially as men, we need to have all the tools and all the tricks to make sure that our internal state is grounded and centered, because everybody's looking for us for certainty. Everybody's looking for us for leadership. Everybody's looking for us for direction. And can people feel when you're uncertain? Absolutely. And so what's the gift? What's the learning? But also, anytime that something in the external world shifts the way that you feel internally, thank it and analyze it and find why it triggers you and heal it. Right. And when you heal the boy, the man will appear. And right now you see a lot of men who are just actually children because they haven't done the damn work.
Amen to that. It's a great line from The Godfather where I think the senior Don Corleone says, he says, women and children can afford to be foolish, men cannot. It's a powerful line.
Savage.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.